Hi there, my name's Dakota. I'm the trash admin of Northern Knives, the sad sap who edits these videos, and we're here to talk about a few fakes that we've recently acquired to compare to the real thing.
Yeah.
Here we have the 0465, which
456.
is 0456.
That's all right. Dyslexica is the thing.
Dyslexia is the sexiest learning
That's
disorder of all. We're comparing it to the fake here that we have on the table. We've done Rockwell tests and a few other tests to determine with our machine shop the inequality of this specific knife.
The axe out of the way. Okay. So I made sure to bring it out in the box because the box of all the fakes we have, I have never found a box that holds up. They're all trash. They're all they look the shit. They can look great on camera and look great in pictures, but they're all pieces of shit. They're all weak. They always come damaged, by the way, and they just don't hold up. They're just crap boxes, is what they are. That is the first dead giveaway to a fake. Is the box? Is the packaging?
Let's. Wow, they did not even get close.
Well, okay, hold on. If you were to take a picture of this and do a little tweak in Photoshop, it's a dead ringer.
Yeah, but I would like to say that ZT's typical blue color for their anodized finish is a royal purple. Royal.
Oh, as a Kansas City native and a Royals fan, I will give you that because that is pretty royal blue. That is pretty fancy blue. So I really wanted to, you tried to talk me out of doing a second fake video. I really wanted to talk about this because I have owned 2 of these. I really dig this knife. I know a lot about it. I have modified them. I've done a lot of work on them. And I really wanted to talk about it because this fake is, like I said, in photos, with a little bit of Photoshop work, it is indistinguishable. It is a dead ringer. And then you get it in your hand. But if you bought this based on photos and it showed up and you'd never touched one of these, you'd never know. You'd never know just because the feel, it's noisy, which is not something you'd know if you hadn't held a real one. But just this. It's just noisy. Also, the way it's machined with the bearings and everything is totally different when you take it apart. That's also not something you'd know. But when you set it next to a real one and you see the color dichotomy and you see the finish of the titanium, it's a big difference.
If it is titanium.
If it is. I mean, don't we have a broken magnet you decided to bust out?
Somewhere.
Oh, where'd it go?
I thought it was stuck to my knife earlier.
Stuck to one of my keys, I bet. There it is.
Really? Seriously? All right. Okay.
No,
so
it's aluminum.
Could be aluminum. It could be titanium.
That's the
This
real.
was no. This is the
real.
fake. This is the real.
No, this is the fake.
Oh my god.
Are you really?
No, I'm
Really?
serious. This is the fake.
No, he's watching.
How much money do you have on you? Because I'll bet you all of it.
Can I bet
you're
too?
wrong?
You know what? You just fucking tricked the neophyte. God damn it.
This is the real. So, like I said, I have owned 2 of these knives. I love this knife. I love this design. I've modified them and carried them. We actually have my personal one that I carried and modified, so it's Cerakoted, it's modified. Lori even Cerakoted the blade, and I fucking high polished all the high spots and redid the ZT logo, like
Numerous times.
The only reason I don't carry it is because I don't keep a running knife collection because I own a knife shop and that is my knife collection. So Northern Knives is my knife collection. I don't feel the need to keep knives at home as a personal thing. So every time I'm done with something, I put it in the shop. and then I go on to something else.
So the logo, a little bit bigger on this guy. Also the color.
Coloration is way off.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
The grind, if you flip it back over for me.
Or that way.
That's fine. the grind on the fake is much higher.
Look how small this triangle. Look how small this triangle is compared to this one.
Yeah, they're trying to match it. I really wonder. Like, we might have to get like
Caliper out and
a caliper out.
like the.
But I feel like the fake is thicker. Just a smidge, or they're trying to do a full flat grind and they failed.
Oh, the fake is thicker here, so the taper is different.
It's like someone tried to freehand it.
So if you look at the top, which I hope this comes across on camera, there's 3 facets. 1, 2, 3, right? 1, 2, 3. And if you look, this tapers more on the real, and the taper on the fake is much less. So that means this secondary grind is thin here and thick here. So you get a thinner secondary grind. But what I wish the fake would have done is
they do put some really complex angles on their knives.
They do. They should have. But they both have this same trash clip. Like, if you're gonna fake a knife, at least try to improve it in some way. But this, I'm sorry. I've owned 2 of these knives, and I really like ZTs. I've carried many of them. I've collected them. The 300 series, the 300, the 301, the 302, the 303. I've had them all. I've had many of them. I really like them. The clip on this knife is fucking trash. The only reason I've owned 2 of these is because I lost the first one because of that shit clip. It fell out of my pocket. So what I did is I bought clips from the 850 and I think it was the 850, which does a full titanium clip, and then I modified them because they have the same bolt pattern. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to steal it from you. They have the same bolt pattern, but they have a big square ass on them. So I modified them to fit the profile of this knife, so it looks like it was designed for it. And since when you flip it over, they're different because the bolt pattern doesn't line up with the point the same. So if you take a clip designed for this side and you move it to this side, it doesn't fit right. So I actually bought $50 worth of titanium clips from ZT and modified them and chamfered them just to make them look like they were designed for this knife. And I did that. So I did $50 worth of clips and then modified them with my own personal time, and then Lori Cerakoted them. Like, I'm telling you, I got about $160 just in clip work to retain this knife so I wouldn't lose it again. That's how much I like this design. My personal one is for sale in the shop right now because, like I said, I don't keep knives in a collection because the shop is my collection.
So another thing I noticed, the
polish on the pivot?
Well, no, the pivot screw itself is recessed on the reel. And also, you can kind of feel it on this side, how it's a little bit more recessed than on the fake.
Oh, okay.
Whether or not that's a cost savings, that seems like an additional machining process.
I think it's just not a... they just didn't get that.
They got close. I will give it to them. They got real close. And like I said, if you haven't handled a reel, to be able to hold a fake and say this is fake, if you haven't handled a reel,
yeah, definitely.
I
would say that's a decimal point.
Yeah, you gotta be Rain Man to be able to do that.
That was a decimal point or something like that.
27.
Yeah,
27 for sure. 27.
And there's 3 toothpicks left in the box. Another thing, we did Rockwell this before this video, so I put this blade back in. But we did Rockwell this, and this blade Rockwelled at 55. Which we also did the Anthem earlier, which also Rockwelled at 55, surprisingly enough. And but at 55, it's not as
smooth. Holy crap!
No, it's not, and it's noisy. When you open it, you can hear it.
And that's on bearings too, isn't it?
Yeah, this is on bearings. The difference is the bearings are recessed into the titanium on both sides, and on this one, the bearings are recessed into the titanium on one side and into the blade on the other. Which I don't know if that makes a difference. I mean, physically, I wouldn't expect it to, but the way the action works, and might I say, the bearings in either one of these knives almost look identical, and you could probably exchange them. But this one is noisy and slow, and this one is clean and
Perfect.
fast. I mean, it's right there. The reason, I mean, that's half the reason I bought this knife. Blade shape is the main reason, but
I think one of the major reasons why they didn't do the recessing into the blade is machining costs, because you're machining a harder material. You're running through more bits.
you're assuming this is aluminum and not titanium, though. I would rather machine a annealed steel than I would titanium, because if you overheat titanium, it skyrockets on the Rockwell scale.
No, I'm assuming it's aluminum, and the reason
Yeah.
why I'm assuming, and we'll do some tests later on that will be in B-roll
We'll figure
near
it
the
out.
end of the video.
I just got to touch it to a grinder. The color of the sparks will tell me right away.
Yeah,
And the smell.
I'm assuming it's aluminum,
push.
and the reason why is the machining costs into the actual blade steel would be far higher. Whereas this, you can replicate this, extruding it as a bunch of pellets into a fucking form under high pressure, creates enough heat.
As far as
get it.
aluminum, is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
But,
true.
you can extrude aluminum into anything, and
Yeah.
anyone who's in like the PC market or
Yeah,
does
yeah.
any sort of cooling solutions, you instantly know what I'm talking about. Extruding aluminum is fucking cheap as fuck, and it
Yeah.
is not necessarily the same as cast aluminum or cast titanium or cast steel. It doesn't have near the same properties. And the fact that it has that kind of hissing sound and reluctance means
It
it's
does.
going to wear
You know what it-
over time.
You know what it reminds me of is your brother Doug. He used to always talk about, there was a thing called the Emerson rub. And when you would open an Emerson knife and you would hold it next to it and you would open it, you could hear it go. And he used to always call it the Emerson rub. This has almost an Emerson rub to it, where it's not as smooth as
You
it
didn't
should
even
be.
get your face there. That was impressive.
Well, you know, I've fucked with knives a lot. Oh shit! I'm sorry. No, just kidding. But
Can I see that real
yeah,
quick?
sure.
I wonder, do they have a ball bearing there too? They...
What for the detent? Well, this is it's on bearings, but like I said, it Rockwell's at 55.
Nope, they both have a ball bearing on the
Oh, like
thing.
a
That's-
detent?
Yeah,
Yeah, the
that's
detent ball.
not just like a
Yeah.
sacrificial screw there to make it look the same, which I have seen on some fakes.
Yeah.
But that is... That,
So you say Rockwell's at 55, but they went into all this extra effort to make it look goddamn
Look
close.
legit. I know, look legit.
Why wouldn't you just up the metal just a little bit and you could sell this left and right?
Or just fix your heat treat. And what's the serial number? I don't know why I keep checking the serial numbers on the fakes, because I want to find the guy in China that decided that 420 was the right serial number to pick. That they all go out as 420.
YOLO.
Also-
By the way, 0537. If you buy a 456 with a 0537 serial number, you're getting F.